Yes, Mr.
As a court, please, my lord. Yesterday we adjourned early as accused number 1 was indisposed,
Yes.
and the court ordered that he be medically examined and that a medical certificate be presented. The state has been put in possession of a medical certificate which will mark exhibit triple K,
Okay.
which confirms that accused number 1 was medically examined regarding the complaints that he had, and that certain medication was prescribed for him. We haven't checked, my lord, as to whether he's in a position to continue today. We tried to establish that from Mr. Mgomezulu, but he had not as yet talked to him about that as he's just arrived, my lord.
Yes, what is the position, Mr. Mgombezo?
Court, please, my lord. My lord spoke to accused number 1. He's in a position to proceed.
Yes.
In a position to proceed.
Oh, I see.
Court, please.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Let's begin then. You're still under oath, ma'am?
Yes, thank you.
Just before we proceed, can we just hand up the updated list of exhibits? I've provided to my colleagues with a copy.
Okay.
What is new, my lord, is on page that regards the cell phone data on page 6, item number 73.
73. Okay.
Yes, number 73. Exhibit DD5A is the supplementary affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Hose.
Right.
Exhibit DD5B is the additional statement of Lieutenant Colonel Hose depicting communication amongst the accused.
Right.
Exhibit DD5 in bracket C is the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Hose setting out communication between accused number 3 and 5. Exhibit DD5 in bracket C in brackets 1 is a supplementary affidavit of Colonel Stein correcting the cell phone number of accused number 3 to 0727668169, and the affidavit is dated 17 May 2024. Then we have the section 25 cell phone data of the accused. Exhibit DD5 in brackets D, Roman figure 1, is the data for cell phone number 0793790137, and DD5D, Roman figure 2, is data for cell phone number 06077467749, both numbers for accused number 1. Then exhibit DD5 in brackets E, Roman figure 1, is set of data for cell phone number 060-901-6890, and DD5E, Roman figure 2, it's cell phone data for cell phone number 076-264-8460, both belonging to accused number 2. Then exhibit DD5 in brackets F, Roman figure 1, cell phone data for cell phone number 07276688169, and exhibit DD5 in bracket F, Roman figure 2, cell phone data for cell phone number 08295632220 for accused number 3. Then exhibit DD5 in bracket G, cell phone data for cell phone number 071-395-3801, which consists of part A and part B for accused number 4. Then exhibit DD5 in bracket H, Roman figure 1, is data for cell phone number 07330-59202. Then exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 2, is for cell phone number 07664-27007. Then exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 3, is data for cell phone number 072-399-5787. Then exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 4, is data for cell phone number 082-585-9759. Then exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 5, is data for cell phone number 0788-798-335. Then exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 6, is for cell phone number 071-3029-173. And exhibit DD5H, Roman figure 7, it's data for cell phone number 071-595-1239, all for accused number 5.
Okay.
Then number 74 is exhibit DD in bracket 6, is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vi Thillingham and change statements on which the application for a subpoena was based regarding a subpoena for call-related data for several numbers arising out of Mpumalanga investigation. Then on page 7, there's nothing new there. Then on page 8, number 90, item number 90s, exhibit triple E in bracket 7 is the affidavit in terms of section 236, Act 51 of 1977 from Standard Bank regarding account information and bank statement of MCBia, accused number 1. Then exhibit triple E in brackets 8 is the affidavit in terms of section 236, Act 51 of 1977 from Absa Bank regarding account information and bank statement of F. Ntuli, accused number 5. And exhibit triple G in bracket 1 is the application for a section 205 subpoena and authorization. Exhibit triple G in brackets 2 is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vi Thillingham, forensic license supervisor at Vodacom, regarding the supply of call-related data for the number 0727 668 169 belonging to accused number 3. And we cross-reference it to exhibit DD5 in brackets F Roman figure 1 for the set of data for that number. Then exhibit triple H is a statement of Constable Jabulani Dominic Butelezi of Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department dated 30 May 2020. Then exhibit triple J is the application for section 205 subpoena and supporting affidavit, authorization for the subpoena and affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vi Thillingham, Vodacom forensic license supervisor, pertaining to the supply of call-related data and RICA information for the numbers of Ms. Kelly Khumalo, Mr. Chicco Twala, which is used by Mr. Longwe Twala, and the late Mr. Senzo Meiwa. Then Exhibit Triple J2 is the SIM swap transaction on the cell number of the deceased. Then Exhibit Triple J in brackets 3, this is, my lord, is a duplication of the already existing Exhibit DD in bracket 6.
Okay.
Then number 97, Exhibit Triple J4 is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vaithilingam and chain statements on which an application for a subpoena is based regarding call-related data for several numbers arising out of Mpumalanga investigation. Then Exhibit Triple J5 is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vaithilingam regarding a subpoena for call-related data for several numbers arising out of Mpumalanga investigation, which, as we pointed, are not really relevant for the current case. Then Exhibit Triple J6 is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Vaithilingam and chain statements on which an application for a subpoena is based, and authorization regarding correlated data for several IMEI numbers arising out of Mpumalanga investigation. Then Exhibit Triple J in bracket 7 is a 2 tower location maps depicting Ben Rose Base Station and George Koch Hostel. Then Exhibit Triple J in brackets 8, which will hopefully be handed in today, will be the RICA information on several numbers arising out of Mpumalanga investigation. And the exhibit that has been handed now, Triple K, it's the medical certificate of accused number 1.
Okay. Yes, thanks. We all have this amended. Okay, thanks. Yebo.
As you can please. Page 31. Exhibit DD5E, Roman figure 1.
Exhibit DD
5E,
5E.
Roman figure 1.
Okay.
You're on page 31.
Yes.
When we adjourned yesterday, we were about to place the information of the 7th of October 2020 at 10:54:55.
At 10:54:55, the number ending 6890 received a call from the number ending 1698 that lasted 98 seconds, and Queenswood was the tower picked up.
Ngomhla 7 ku-October, number egcina ngo-6890 ngesikhathi sika 10:54:55 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo-1698 kwahlalwa ke imizuzwana amashumi ayisishiyagalolunye nesishiyagalombili kusetshenziswa ke itower yase-Queenswood.
Okay, let's turn to page 34. October 2020 at 22:06.
During this time, 22:06:47 seconds, there was an outgoing call from the number ending 6890 to the number ending 1698 that lasted 570 seconds, and Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 7 ku-October isikhathi sika 22:06:47 seconds inumber egcina u-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inumber egcina ngu-1698 lapho ke bahlala khona imizuzwana eyamakhulu ayisihlanu namashumi ayisikhombisa. Itower ke yayisetshenziswa kwayi-Queenswood.
Page 35. October 15:05:54.
seconds. The number ending 1690 received a call from the number ending 1698, lasted 128 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
So mhla 11 October isikhathi sika 15:05:54 inamba egcina ngo 6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala imizuzwana eyikhulu namashumi amabili nesishiyagalombili kusetshenziswa ke itower eQueenswood.
On page 36, at 12 October 2020, 22:21:48.
(22:21:48). During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasted 1,525 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 12 October isikhathi sika 22:21:48 inamba egcina ngo 6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala ke inkulungwane amakhulu ayisihlanu namashumi amabili nanhlanu emizuzwana kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Let's turn to page 37. 15 October 2020 at 21:56:46.
At 21:56:46, the number ending 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasted 485 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 15 October ngesikhathi sika 21:56 and 46 seconds inamba egcina ngo 6890 yasha ucingo ishayela inamba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala ke imizuzwana eyamakhulu amane namashumi ayisishiyagalombili nanhlanu lapho kwakusetshenziswa itower eQueenswood.
Whilst we are on this particular call, can you explain how does Vodacom subscribers recharge on the network?
You can recharge over a USSD stream.
Recharge kusho ukuthi usebenzisa USSD.
You can recharge via your bank app.
Ungenza futhi usebenzise inamba yakho yasebhange ukuthi urecharge ngayo.
And another person can buy you airtime and send to your phone.
Yebo kumunye angakuthengela airtime bese kuthumela ngefoni yakho.
Thank you. So, staying with this particular call, are you able to say that the number ending with 6890 had a time to make this particular call?
Yes, that is correct.
Athi le number ye 6890 nayo umoya wocingo ukuthi ikwazi ukuthi ishayele lo cingo.
Just still on that page, 16 October at 21:04.
21:04:38 seconds.
That's correct.
During this time, 6890 made a call to 1691 that lasted 1,781 seconds. Tower picked up was Queenswood.
Can you just confirm the receiving number?
Yes. 6890 made an outgoing call to 1691.
Thank you. Go mhla 16 October ngesikhathi sika 21:04:38 inamba ke egcina ngo 6890 yasho icingo ishayela le namba ke egcina ngo 1691 bahlala ke imizuzwana eyinkulungwane amakhulu ayisikhombisa amashumi ayisishagalolunye nesishagalombili imizuzwana lapho ke kwakusetshenziswa ke itower eQueenswood.
On page 38, 17 October at 18:15. 18:15:10.
10 seconds, there was a call received by 6890 from 1698, lasting 133 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Umhla 17 ku-October ke isikhathi sika 18:15 10 seconds. Inamba ke egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo1698 bahlala ke emizuzwana eyikhulu namashumi amathathu nantathu kusetshenziswa ke eQueenswood.
Okay, still on page 38, 18 October 2020 at 15:24:50.
At 15:24:50, number ending 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 530 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 18 ku-October isikhathi ko-15:24 50 seconds number egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo1698 bahlala ke amakhulu ayisihlanu namashumi ayisithathu emizuzwana lapho kusetshenziswa khona itower eQueenswood.
On page 39, 19 October at 17:37:36.
At 17:37:36, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 57 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Mhla 19 ku-October ngesikhathi sika-17:37:36 le number egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo1698 bahlala ke amashumi amahlanu nesikhombisa emizuzwana kusetshenziswa ka eQueenswood.
Okay, page 40, 21 October 2020 at 21:23:52.
At 21:53:52 seconds, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 598 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Mhla 21 ku-October isikhathi ko-21:23:52 inumber egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela le number egcina ngo1698 bahlala imizuzwana amakhulu ayisihlanu amashumi ayisishagalolunye nesishagalombili besebenzisa ke eQueenswood.
On page 41, 22 October 2020 at 22:44:44.
At 22:44:44 seconds, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 616 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Isikhathi ka-22:44 seconds number egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule number egcina ngo1698 bahlala ke imizuzwana amakhulu ayisithupha neshumi nesithupha emizuzwana lapho ke kwakusetshenziswa ke itower uQueenswood.
Okay, still on page 41 at 23 October 2020 at 22:54:34.
During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 900 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Ngaso leso sikhathi inamba egcina ngo-6890 iyathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala-ke imizuzwana amakhulu ayisishiyagalolunye kusetshenziswa-ke i-Queenswood.
Page 43. (15:31), 18 seconds.
Page 43.
That's correct.
My time on page 43 starts at 1700 hours.
The 26th of October 2020.
Please repeat your time.
26 October 2020, 15:31.
15:31, 18 seconds.
And 18 seconds, yes.
6890 received a call from 1698 lasting 412 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 26 October isikhathi ko-15:31:18 inamba egcina ngo-6890 iyathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana amakhulu amane neshumi nambili basebenzisa-ke i-Queenswood.
Still on page 43. 26 October 2020, 21:47.
During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698 lasting 413 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
So-ke ngaso lesi sikhathi inamba egcina ngo-6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana engamakhulu amane neshumi nantathu.
Now page 44.
Imizuzwana besebenzisa i-Queenswood.
27 October 2020.
Yes.
6:13:45.
During this time, number ending 6890 received a call that lasted 162 seconds from 1698. Queenswood was the tower.
Ngaso leso sikhathi inamba egcina ngo-6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1691 bahlala-ke imizuzwana eyikhulu namashumi ayisithupha nambili kusetshenziswa-ke i-Queenswood.
Thank you. Still on page 44. (27 October 2020 at 8:26:41).
Eight
26:41.
41. This transaction is a voicemail transaction. 6890 was on voicemail. The number ending I don't see the other number. It was on voicemail during this time.
So mhla 27 October isikhathi sika-8:26:41 inamba-ke u-6890 yayiku-voicemail lenye inamba ibonakala.
Okay. And they're still on page 44 on the 27th of October 2020 at
21:45:09. 0509, there was a transaction whereby 6890 received a call from the number ending 3702, which lasted 60 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
So ngomhla 27 isikhathi kwaku 21:45:09 inamba egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo3702 bahlala ke emzuzwana amashumi ayisithupha setshenziswa iQueenswood.
Just on that page, can you explain from 27 October 2020 at 0822 to 27 October 2020 at 20:31:32, where it says undefined?
Yes, it shows that it was on voicemail.
Khombisa lapho ukuthi ayiku voicemail.
The number ending 6890 was on voicemail.
Number egcina ngo6890 ayiku voicemail.
Are you able to tell exactly at what time did the phone not record any data on that particular day or that particular morning?
During this time, it was only voicemail activities, no MTC, no MOCs.
Ngalesi sikhathi ke le phone yayi voicemail kwakungenazo ingcingo ezingenayo noma izingcingo eziphumayo.
Now, evidence before this court as per Exhibit EE1 and then I'll hand you the document. Exhibit EE1 on page 1 and page 23, the highlighted part, it indicates that the accused number 2 was appearing in court at Boxback. Can you place the time on record? On page 1.
0932.
Isikhathi ke sibonakala lapho 09:32.
And then the time highlighted on page 23, the last page.
11:31.
Isikhathi esibonakala kulelo page 11:31.
Thank you. Now, comparing that exhibit as well as what you have placed on record, would you say during that time the phone was active MOC MTCs?
There were no MOC MTCs, only CFs.
Ngaleso sikhathi sonke kwakungenazo ingcingo ezingenayo noma ingcingo eziphumayo kwayayihlala nje iku voicemail.
And then 27 October 2020 at 22:13 and 24.
At 22:13, 24 seconds, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 38 seconds, and Queenswood was the tower.
Ngesikhathi sika 22, 13 and 24 seconds ngomhla 27 October, number egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela ku1698 bahlala emzuzwana yamashumi amathathu nesishiyagalombili kusetshenziswa ke iQueenswood.
Thank you. 28 October 2020 at 7:29:46. Still on page 44.
At 7:29:46, 6890 received a call from 1698 lasting 1,219 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngomhla 28 October isikhathi sika 7:29:46 number egcina ngo6890 yathola ucingo oluvela ku1698 kwahlalwa ke imizuzwana eyinkulungwane amakhulu amabili neshumi nesishiyagalolunye kusetshenziswa itower iQueenswood.
On page 45.
Yes.
28 October 2020 at 31:32:44.
28th October, time
21:32:44.
21:32. 21:32, 7 seconds.
21:32:44.
21:32:44. The number ending 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 1,065 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Sorry, ngomhla 28 ku-October ngesikhathi ka-21:32:44 seconds inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala-ke imizuzwana eyinkulungwane amashumi ayisithupha nanhlanu lapho-ke kusetshenziswa i-Queenswood.
Page 47. 31 October 2020. 16:37 and 18.
16:37, 18 seconds. 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 182 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngaleso sikhathi-ke inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela u-1698 bahlala imizuzwana eyikhulu amashumi ayisishiyagalombili nambili kusetshenziswa uQueenswood.
On page 48, 1st of November 2020 at 6:58:06.
At 6:58:06, the number ending 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 644 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Usuku lokuqala lukaNovember 2020 inamba-ke egcina ngo-6890 ngesikhathi what is the time again? 06:58 and 06 second yashayela inamba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana emakhulu ayisithupha amashumi amane nane kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Still on page 48, just right at the bottom. 16:52:52 2 November.
6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 770 seconds, and the tower remains as Queenswood.
Number egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inamba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana amakhulu ayisikhombisa namashumi ayisikhombisa kusetshenziswa iQueenswood tower.
Page 49. On the 3rd of November 2020 at around 21:38 4 seconds.
During this time, 3rd November, 6890 called 1698, lasting 294 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngaso-ke leso sikhathi ngoNovember inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inamba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana eyamakhulu amabili namashumi ayisishiyagalolunye nane besebenzisa-ke iQueenswood.
Page 51. 5 November
Yes.
23:00:22.
23:00:22. 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 260 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngomhla ka-3 kuNovember, isikhathi kwawuthi 23:00 22 second. Number egcina ngo-6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inamba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala-ke imizuzwana yamakhulu amabili nemashumi ayisithupha emizuzwana kusetshenziswa ku-Queenswood.
Page 54. November 2020, 1750-05.
1750. 9 November 1750-05. An SMS was sent to 6890 from 1698. Queenswood was the tower. Duration is 0.
Jake ngomhla 9 kuNovember, isikhathi ka-1750 and 05, kwathunyelwa-ke i-SMS evela ku-1698 ethunyelwa ku-6890. Akukho-ke isikhathi-ke lapho sikhombisa iqanda sisebenzisa yona i-Queenswood.
Page 55. November 2020 at 0001:49.
During this time, 6890 called 1698, lasting 29 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngomhla 11 kuNovember, isikhathi ku-09:48, lapho inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashayela ucingo ishayela le namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana engamashumi amabili nesishiyagalolunye kusetshenziswa-ke i-Queenswood.
Page 56, 11 November 2020 at 22:08:49.
During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 970 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngalesi sikhathi-ke inamba egcina ngo-6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana amakhulu ayishagalolunye nemashumi ayisikhombisa kusetshenziswa-ke i-Queenswood.
Page 57.
Yes.
13 November 2020, 20:34:19.
$20 3419 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 1016 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Mhla 13 kuNovember 2020, isikhathi kwawu-20:34:19, inamba egcina ngo-6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala inkulungwane ishumi nesithupha emizuzwana
Still on page
Queenswood.
Still on page 57, 13 November 2020 at 23:07:15.
During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 490 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Ngalesi sikhathi inamba egcina ngo-6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba egcina ngo-1698 bahlala imizuzwana amakhulu amane namashumi ayishagalolunye isetshenziswa-ke i-Queenswood.
Page 58, 14 November 2020, 16:39:08.
163908, 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 404 seconds, and Queenswood being the tower.
ngaso-ke lesikhathi 163908 le number igcina 6890 ngomhla 14 kuNovember iyashaya ucingo ishayela number igcina ngo1690 bahlala imizuzwana amashumi amakhulu amane nane emizuzwana kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Ma'am, are you able to tell the court if the SIM card, the phone number, as well as the device remains the same throughout?
Yes, that's correct. It does remain the same.
Yebo, iSIM card nomakhalekhukhwini ayisetshenziswa kwaku into eyodwa akuzange kube nakushintsho ngaso sonke lesi sikhathi.
Now, still on page 58, 14 November 2020, 22, 33, 49.
During this time, the number ending 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 501 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngaso leso sikhathi number igcina 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le number igcina 1690 bahlala ke imizuzwana engamakhulu amahlanu nomzuzwana owodwa kusetshenziswa iQueenswood Tower.
Now let's proceed to page 60. 16 November 2020, 22, 33, 16.
22, 33, 16, 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 113 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Mhla 16 kuNovember isikhathi 22:33 16 seconds number igcina 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le number igcina 1698 ahlala ke emizuzwana eyikhulu neshumi nantathu.
On page 61.
Kusetshenziswa ke iQueenswood.
Page 61, 17 November 2020, 1929, 37. (19:29:37 seconds), 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 427 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Mhla 17 November isikhathi 1929:37 inamba igcina 6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba igcina 1698 bahlala ke imizuzwana amakhulu amane neshumi amabili nesikhombisa kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Still on page 61, 18 November 2020 at 21:33, 21.
During this time, 6890 received a call from 1698, lasting 753 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngaso lesi sikhathi inamba igcina 6890 yathola ucingo oluvela kule namba igcina 1698 bahlala imizuzwana amashumi ayisikhombisa amashumi amahlanu nantathu kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Now on page 62, 21 November 2020 at 00:03:30.
During this time, 6890 called 1698, lasting 1 second, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngalesi sikhathi ke inamba igcina 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inamba igcina 1698 yahlala umzuzwana owodwa vo kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
And the call immediately after that one.
00045 seconds. 6890 made another call that lasted 1 second to 1698, Tower, Queenswood.
Isikhathi sika 0004 54 seconds inamba igcina 6890 yashaya olunye ucingo lishayela le number igcina 1698 yaphinde yahlala umzuzwana owodwa kusetshenziswa iQueenswood Tower.
And then the third call,
Thereafter, at 03:08:22 seconds, another call from 6890 to 1698, lasting 2 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Isikhathi sika 03:08:22 inamba egcina 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inamba egcina 1698 bahlala imizuzwana emibili kuphela kusetshenziswa eQueenswood.
And then the next call,
The next call was at 03:08:53, an outgoing call from 6890 to 1698, lasting 116 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Kuthiwa ngesikhathi sika 03:08:59 inamba egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela nenamba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala imizuzwana ekhulu neshumi nesithupha kusetshenziswa eQueenswood.
are you able to explain at this stage as the reason why the calls lasted 1 second, 2 seconds?
So angakwazi chaza yini ukuthi yena indaba ezinye ingcengo zaba nje umzuzwana owodwa no ezinye zaba imizuzwana emibili nje kuphela.
To me, it seems as though 6890 wanted to get in contact with 1698, and that could have been a call that was passed through and cut off.
Kuthiwa ke bona sengathi u16 inamba egcina 6890 yayizama ukuxhumana nenamba egcina ngo 1698 kodwa ke kuthi ke umisi ngenile ebese ke iyanqamuka.
Okay. The call for 21 November 2020 0003:30, and the call from 004:05.
Yes?
Is it the same pattern?
Yes.
Kuthiwa ke mhla 21 November isikhathi ka 0003:30 nesikhathi ka 0004:05 kwakwe so kwakuseyibona wethintana.
Okay. Still on page 62, 20 November 2020 at 21:54:05.
20 November?
21:54, just above those calls.
21:54:05 seconds. 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 1,320 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngomhla 20 November isikhathi 21:54:05 seconds namba egcina 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le namba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala ke imizuzwana eyinkulungwane amakhulu amathathu namashumi amabili imizuzwana kuukuthi ke kusetshenziswa eQueenswood.
Now, on page 63, let's start 21st of November 2020 at 22:52 and 42.
Twenty-two, 52:42 seconds. 6890 called 1698, lasting 1 second. Queenswood was the tower.
So mhla 21 November 2020 isikhathi ka 22:52:42 inamba egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le namba egcina ngo 1698 bahlala ke umzuzwana owodwa 4 kusetshenziswa ke Queenswood.
And the next call thereafter?
Call thereafter was at 22, 52, 54. Outgoing call from 6890 to 1698, lasting 461 seconds. Queenswood was the tower.
Ucingo landela lapho lo ngesikhathi ka 22, 52 and 54 second. Lapho ke number egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ngishayela le number egcina ngo 1698 bahlala ke imizuzwana yamakhulu amane meshumi ayisithupha nanye kusetshenziswa uQueenswood.
Next call.
Thereafter, 23:31:18 seconds. Outgoing call from 6890, lasting 1 second to 1698. Queenswood was the tower.
Emva kwalokho ngesikhathi ka 23:31:18 unumber ke egcina ngo 6890 yashayela inumber egcina ngo 1698 ucingo bahlala ke umzuzwana owodwa 4 kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Thereafter, 23:31:47, an outgoing call from 6890 to 1698, lasting 189 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Emva kwalokho ngesikhathi ka 23:31:47 number egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela le number egcina ngo 1698 bahlala imizuzwana yikhulu namashumi ayishagalolunye amashumi ayishagalomibili neshagalolunye imizuzwana kusetshenziswa uQueenswood.
Thereafter, it moves on to the following day, 22 November, 002116. 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698, lasting 2 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Ngelanga elilandelayo isikhathi ngomhla 22 kuNovember isikhathi kwaku 0021 and 16 seconds number egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela number egcina ngo 1698 bahlala imizuzwana emibili kuphela kusetshenziswa itower iQueenswood.
And thereafter?
Thereafter, at 0046:50 seconds, another outgoing call from 6890 to 1698, lasting 1 second, with Queenswood being the tower.
Emva kwalokho ngesikhathi ka 0046 and 50 seconds inumber egcina ngo 6890 yashaya ucingo ishayela inumber egcina ngo 1698 bahlala umzuzwana owodwa 4 baseke babesebenzisa itower eQueenswood.
Is this now the same pattern that you earlier testify about on page 62?
Yes.
Okay, hayi yile ndlela esibone ngayo kwenzeka ku page 62.
Let's proceed to page 64. November 2020, 0820:42.
November.
On page 64.
Yeah. Please repeat that.
23 November 2020, 8:10:42.
Yes. That was an outgoing call from 6890 to 1698, lasted 149 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower.
Lapho kwakucingo oluvela ku number egcina 6890 ishayela 1698 bahlala imizuzwana eyikhulu shumi amane neshagalolunye kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Still on page 64, 22 November 2020 at 20:38:04.
During this time, number ending 6890 called 1698, lasting 674 seconds, with Queenswood being the tower again.
Ngaleso sikhathi-ke inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashayela inamba egcina ngo-1698 ucingo hlala-ke imizuzwana eyamakhulu ayisithupha amashumi ayisikhombisa nane kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Okay. Now, what is your comment regarding the consistency of the Queenswood Tower in all what you have placed on record at this stage?
There were no changes in the tower.
Bathini ungaphawula ngeQueenswood Tower alukho ushintsho lwabakhona ngale tower yaseQueenswood.
This cell phone was in this Queenswood vicinity in order for this tower to have picked it up.
Le cellphone yayiseduze kwale ndawo yaseQueenswood ukuze le tower yaseQueenswood ikwazi ukuba yona esetshenziswayo kwaxhumanisa.
On page 65, 24 November 2020, 1843, 38, 28.
During this period, 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698 lasting 75 seconds with Queenswood being the tower.
Njengasilesi sikhathi-ke inamba egcina ngo-6890 yashayela u-169 le namba egcina ngo-1698 ucingo bahlala imizuzwana amashumi ayisikhombisa nanhlanu kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
Page 66, 24 November 2020, 23, 23, 50.
This transaction indicates that 6890 made an outgoing call to 1698 lasting 59 seconds and Queenswood was the tower.
Ngalesi sikhathi-ke kuyabonakala inamba egcina ngo-6890 ishayela le namba egcina ngo-1698 behlala imizuzwana yamashumi amahlanu nesishagalolunye kusetshenziswa iQueenswood.
And the next call,
Just for my understanding, these calls, alleged calls, they go up to where?
I think the 8th of February.
In other words, how many pages are you still going to be reading?
Oh. Page 105.
105 pages.
Yes. But I'm not reading all of them. There's some that I'm trying to, as I go along, I skip some of the pages.
This is what it's in aid of what? As you are reading, it's in aid of what?
My Lord,
Because it's only two numbers which are transacting.
it's not two numbers
Or
per
there are
se.
other different numbers.
There are other different numbers that I'm not placing on record. I'm
You're
only
not-
focusing on this. Not asking the witness to place on record. There are other communications between the number ending with 6890 and other numbers.
But those you are not placing them on record.
I'm not placing them on record because I do not know the
Of course.
owners of the other numbers.
So the ones you are placing on record, you allegedly know to whom these two numbers belong.
One belongs to accused number 2. The other one belongs to Oleboheng Petane, in brackets, partner. And the reason why I am embarking on this exercise is that as the version of accused number 2 is that the person that was in possession of the phone is either Mohane or Mabena. They're the ones that were using this device.
So you are trying to show that this is not so.
That is correct, my Lord.
Mr. Ramsipidi, are we
And the
supposed to
date?
go through this?
As the court pleases, my lord, this data is this data. It's not going to change.
That's the point.
It speaks for itself, my
Yes. So why should we go on and on and on until Nelson Mandela is resurrected?
Yes, my lord.
I mean,
I
really?
agree with the court.
You can agree on the dates, for instance,
Yes.
and then you can have a separate sheet to say the calls were made on this and this and this and this and this date.
Yes.
Instead of this witness reading this redundancy.
As the court
Is there no way you can shorten this, Mr. Sebadi?
My Lord, in fact, I think this section 205, previously when Mr. Advocate Baloyi was dealing with it, we had considered in terms of
Yeah, you
section
considered
220.
the tower, I remember.
Yes, yes.
But now you see the number was not considered according to Mr. Sebadi.
But my Lord, I've consulted on this yesterday when
Yeah.
we asked for consultation, and we do concede that this number belongs to the ex-girlfriend of accused number 2. I've also spoken to her about this number, so it's not an issue that we will have to hammer over and over that these transactions, because we concede that transactions that they speak for themselves, my Lord.
Yes, sir. What is the state's attitude?
My lord, the state will be happy if the defense, on behalf of accused number 2, can make section 220 admissions admitting to these facts. Then we can put it to rest. Then we'll move to other. Can do that. Okay.
Mr.
I understand from Mr. Ramasipili that they can concede to that, my lord, and then we can curtail the process.
As the court persists, it is indeed the true reflection, my Lord, of our stance on this data.
My lord, can we just take a 15 minutes adjournment just to iron out that issue? Then we'll come back at 11:40. Then I'll proceed with other
Okay.
leading other evidence.
Yeah. 11:40 then.